We are live. It is a Techies
No.
Tuesday.
We got another countdown.
We can't do another. No, don't do another. No.
Remember that.
Can I start now?
One more time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Levack and Goz live from the MVP Arena, the Albany Empire offices. It is a Techies Tuesday, Techies Fire and Water Restoration, your best way back to normal. Love what our crew does. I'm sure with all this heavy snow this morning, some people were making the old call, heading over to tefirewater.com, and we were right there to help out. We appreciate everybody, and we're here to help.
Shout out to Techies. Shout out to you, Levack, as well, because you'd asked a few weeks ago, hey, I think we should try this countdown thing. I'm like, maybe we'll try and give it a shot. Give us some feedback on that. If you like
more people are watching live of the countdown than watch the stupid show. And I think that says how stupid the show is. I think we should just admit that our show sucks, and we should just do a countdown. It should just be you and I, like, randomly going 10, 9, 8, and more. We'll probably get more people paying attention to the stupid show if we just do that.
I've only seen one movie midnight premiere in my entire life. It was The Dark Knight Rises. And on the old movie previews, they used to have that scene where, like, the popcorn's going through the roller coaster. And I remember the fans that night for The Dark Knight were like, whoa!
Dude.
That's what you watching and listening to the show is. You are that person yelling at the previews.
No,
I don't yell at the previews.
Oh, you know why? Because Rex isn't old enough yet. It's got to be a dad thing, because anytime my daughter and I are at a movie and that popcorn roller coaster starts, I'm in. I'm knocking her over. I'm going. I like scream at certain points, and then I don't say a damn thing during the movie. I hush my fat mouth during the movie, except for the crunching of the popcorn and the gulping of the soda. Get your popcorn ready. That's what I'm saying. Get it ready. We're live from the MVP Arena. 4 days. 4 days until we kick off. We host the Carolina Cobras and all that. What is it? What am I looking at? I'm not hearing the mics. What do you mean you're not hearing? Oh, I know what happened. Oh, man, that's going to upset me. Thank you for saying that, guys. New camera. Who dis? And the new camera took over the mic. The new camera
took over the mic.
Thank you for the heads up there inside the walls.
The new camera took over the mic. That's what happened.
We were talking about
son of a biscuit.
I'll edit that back in post-production. The audio audience will get a better feel for that, but the video audience, thank you for the heads up there. Appreciate it.
Got to be Jim. Hey, Jim, thank you. This last time we're going to get along for a while, I'm sure. But I will be in Jacksonville, so looking forward to that. You see that? You see these beautiful men walking behind us, the coaching staff of the Empire. There's Sean Johnson.
Yeah.
There's my man. There he is.
Hey,
Sean.
Coach.
How you doing, Coach Johnson? There he goes. Coach Ware was ahead of him. Assistant head coach, offensive coordinator, extended, not going anywhere. Like the scene in that with the Wolf of Wall Street. He's not effing going anywhere. Neither is Coach Manel.
Somebody on Twitter photoshopped that right on top of Leo, right?
Here goes Jared. Countdown was legit, but your mics sound distant as S today.
We fixed it, Jared. Thank you, though. Thank you. We fixed it.
He's got all the. There goes CMAC, Coach McKinney going by right there.
I feel like In Vogue should be playing.
This is that live song. This is that live stuff you don't see on other podcasts. That's what I'm saying. Just walking. It's just, we call this part of the podcast walking through. So yeah, game days. It's hectic here.
How are you feeling? I feel like this should be if you're watching us live here. I feel like we should all sit and ask Levack questions, because as a friend, as a colleague, as a co-host, I feel concerned, excited, nervous for all those things. I want to go deep inside the Empire today. I want to go far deeper than you've ever wanted to go.
I feel uncomfortable. I love Jim. Yep, 0-2 and Jack's coming soon. Not likely, buddy. Not likely.
Describe your feelings days away from kickoff, being a president of a professional sports team here in the Capital Region.
I can sum my feelings up pretty easily. You were just, there's just 2 kids in your family, right?
Just me and my sister, yes.
Okay. Your wife would understand this more, I'm sure.
One of 6.
I'm the youngest of 5. And when your parents would get frazzled enough, my parents, Beth, Billy, Kevin, Sandy, Jeff, like they would just say them all and know that they got one of us, the one they were looking for. I just yell, Matt, Ryan, Jamie, Carolyn. Like I just yell and they do all the work because I'm in the corner. Like Mike Cordo legitimately sat me down. Was it yesterday? I think it was today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Techies Tuesday. Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
He sat me down yesterday, like briefly, and just went, "Look, you can't do everything. That's why we have Matt." No. And he's just like, you've got to be comfortable letting these guys do their jobs. Because again, Matt's amazing. Matt Woods, VP, probably the smartest person ever come out of Hobart by far, by like leaps and bounds.
Probably top 2 at least.
Yeah. Well, Ali Marpet's not that smart, is he?
Anyways.
And then, Ryan's doing a great job. Everybody's doing great work, and it's just get out of their way, let them work. So that's where I'm at. I forgot to sign a check today. Had to go back to the bank an hour later. I double booked a 10 o'clock meeting. My girl Abby from Times Union didn't even get to say hi to her today. She was here, and yeah.
So you're focusing on the negatives, Levack. The positives are we've got some exciting things coming for the weekend.
The positive
right?
The team is really, really good, and the coaching staff is phenomenal.
Right.
So as long as we get them to the field, everything will be okay.
That's right.
Just gonna get Coach Ware, Coach Manaz, and the guys to the field, and we did our job.
Those are positives.
Speaking of, there's Coach Tom right there.
The positives.
We're getting along really well today, which is great. But I like to start the day. There he is. I got to get one a day. If Coach doesn't tell me to F off once a day, I just feel like I didn't do it. He's laughing on his way down the stairs. Watch where you're going. It's slippery out there. Yeah, no, it's just. I realized how much smarter I was last year than I am this year. Like I know more this year, but I was smarter last year. So last year, I got asked several times today by several different people what happened to you and I on the radio, especially you. They're like, "What happened to Goz?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to tell you to listen to Getting There with Goz Part 1 and 2. But, if you wanted to, you might get most of the details."
It's Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Yeah. Go back, share the link, please.
I don't agree with everything he said, but it's
the truth.
Well, I mean, mostly. You come off a little bit more of a hero in it than I think it's fair.
Too much of Goz and Getting There with Goz.
Right? Yeah. Right. Two part. This is how I got screwed over. Epic, and now that, like, my one really, really good friend isn't here anymore. I'm like, whatever. So that was going on, but all this stuff going on today, and I'm just like, I was so much smarter last year, because last year I did my farewell radio show the Friday before kickoff. So everybody else did all the hard work. I got here. I just had to keep the train on the tracks. Wasn't easy. I'm not going to pretend it was an easy time, but I just had to keep the train on the tracks. This year, this train's run me over 6 times.
From a fan perspective, 2 really good things that are also working on your team and the Empire side. The block party's back. The world of COVID is far different than it was in 2021.
Is that what we're doing? Empire News now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'll do it now, right? Like the block party's set to get going. 4:30 that starts. So if you're a Capital Region sports fan, an upstate New York
cover-ups,
fan,
the Miller Lite block party, please.
There you go. So all that stuff's going on. So I know Capital Region sports fans been looking to get out, especially with the weather. The snow is gone as we're taping this and in live. Like the snow is gone. And it was rough. I will tell
you right now. Mother Nature, you're drunk. You have a pill problem. Go home. The snow today was ridiculous. I have been working with the arena so that we're ready either way. Whatever happens. I mean, if Mother Nature, you want to snow, we'll take over the atrium. Mother Nature, you want to throw a beautiful day our way, we'll take over South Pearl Street. That's just how it's going to roll.
I love it.
That's how it's going to roll.
And from a fan perspective of the Empire of past years, this is a fresh roster. So you're going to see new names, new faces, new contributors. Yeah, you've got people like Darius Prince and others from the past season. You've got Brandon
4 players. 4 players back. Well, 5 players back, but one's a coach now.
Coach Jay Rich.
Yep.
You got Hobbs.
Correct.
Cisse.
Correct.
Prince.
Yep.
Oh, God, the other 2.
This one's going to – there it is. You're good.
Who am I missing?
That's it.
Okay, good.
That's 5.
All right, good.
Learn to count. As I said, Matt Woods, smartest guy to come out of Hobart. He can count to 5. So, and those guys are amazing, of course, but we're getting back some of the guys we haven't had, like Calvin Fance is back. He was here in 19. Mike Faithful, he was here in 18. It's a heck of a roster. Like, it is a heck of a roster. I feel really, really good talent-wise about what Coach Manaz and his squad have built. I was asked today in a radio interview, like, when you and Coach Manaz were recruiting and talking to players and setting up things and whatever, I'm like, I You know what I did? I went, la, 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 la. I don't, that's not like you don't like the guy who actually knows how to do that stuff. You don't come in and go, I'd like to help. No, you go, dude, I'll be over here. You let me know if you need me. I'll be over here. That's it.
Yes.
That's how my recruiting goes.
If somebody's listening to us for the first time, welcome. Hello.
There it is. It's back. All right. So tickets, Albany Empire, NAL.com, 518-714-2200, extension 101, 518-714-2200, extension 101. Kids 12 and under, $10 for kids 12 and under. I have actually seen people complain about that. I think it's hysterical. Those are the big deals right now. Of course, as always, we'll do everything we can to take care of everybody. Make sure you get you in there, get you situated, make sure you're having a great time. That's our goals. That's what we're doing. Party Zone's back. Get your tickets in the Party Zone. Just found out Duke's Barbershop back on board. They said the only thing we need to be back on board, we want to stay in the Party Zone. I said, you know what? You want discount beer, hot dogs, burgers, all that good stuff? Rock and roll, you're in.
There you go.
I think there's a table or two left in the field suites, not a ton. Call them now. But we're ready. We're rolling. We're like, this crew is doing a great job. So we'll see it. We'll see how it actually, how it actually comes together. But they did it in 10 days last year. I've had all year, and I'm still feel like I'm way behind. So, but tickets, man, that's the key. Because look, one way or another, you're going to be entertained. You're either going to get, you're going to get great football no matter what. But if everything else goes wrong, that's hysterical for you. Watch me cry. If everything goes right, you're just gonna have a great time like you normally do. That's how it is.
I hope when you're on the way to the game, by the way, this weekend, you're driving a Honda. That's right. Mohawk Honda. Make it a whole Saturday, Levack. Stop at a Mohawk Honda. Get yourself a new ride. 2022 Pilot EXL is somewhere, I think, safely parked
over the rainbow
in this MVP Arena parking lot over here. Mohawk Honda will continue to help you, whether it's this weekend, anytime in the spring or the summer. Stop in and talk about the Kelly Blue Book offer. You can walk off the lot with cash in your pocket in less than an hour at Mohawk Honda. I've heard as fast as 10 minutes they can take care of you at Mohawk Honda. It's true. Yes. I want someone to have a stopwatch at Mohawk Honda. Levack and Goz said 10 minutes. Get moving. How fast can you get rid of this car? It can happen for you. Glenville, New York is a spot. Check them out on social media. Nick and Nate do a great job updating you across Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and more. This spring, the summer is here now. It's your chance to start fresh with a new vehicle. Kelly Blue Book offer, Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of their way to please you. I want to see those vehicles in the parking lot at the block party this upcoming weekend.
You know that every first down is a Mohawk Chevrolet first down for the Empire, right?
I'll be making sure to say that on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what's up. I had to do a radio hit today. I was over at our old place of work.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it was you'd remember. They gave my office away finally. Someone else finally went to my office. It's not radio people. Like, it's whatever.
Did you think it was gonna be like a Deion Sanders situation? They were gonna plaque it off?
I've been there twice since I left, and no one would take my office. You got to think about that building though. No one had held an office longer than I held that one.
True. Right.
So people were afraid of it, and rightfully so. I had that office for what, 12 years, 13 years?
I didn't know if that spoke more to no one wanted to
step in. A lot of farts built into the carpet. A lot of farts.
I don't know if that spoke to the office or the lack of people that were being hired by radio, but that's a discussion for another medium.
Flip a coin.
Okay, but
that's
anyways.
what I do. But everybody was like, oh, so many people didn't come in today. I'm like, I got here in my Mohawk Chevy Silverado. And that's how you got to say it when you talk about being truck tough. You got to go Mohawk Chevy Silverado. You got to do it that way. It's the way to go. So I just we're live here at MVP Arena. It's a Techies Tuesday, and I legitimately just remember that I left something on the field.
On the field out there.
Yeah. The new.
You can text somebody if you want to go grab it real quick. Is something large enough you can't?
Yeah, it's like a bunch of turf. It's new turf. I didn't put it where it belongs. And the tunnel.
Okay.
And
hopefully it won't get moved for the next.
And Adam from Elevation 10K. They're all down there. I was supposed to go down and help them do stuff today. Hopefully they're just doing it. That would be great. Have you ever seen me this
no, I haven't.
Many things.
I don't know if this is the best transition. Why don't you shoot Adam a text and I'll set up the story involving the Yankees and the Orioles?
Nah, he's fine.
The Yankees lost 2 or 3 to the
If I text him and he needs me, then I got to go down there. Now I just let it go. He'll text. How about he texts me if he needs me? How's that?
That's what I think about every day in my life.
Yeah. No one
He'll
does.
text me. No one usually gets back to me, including my own wife.
Yeah, I didn't. When does the season start? I haven't seen the Yankees. I think they played 5 games.
The Orioles did
5-0.
2 out of 3. They did it. Here's the greatest part about the Orioles beating the Yankees. Yeah, the Orioles are still in last place. They're still not going to be good. But
I'm sorry, you got to give this one to Gurkha. Leave it all on the field, boys. Oh, I did. Not energy. No, just actual field pieces and things of that nature. Those are all on the field. Still going.
When the Yankees start losing games like that earlier in the season, Levack, and you've dealt with this Yankee fan for maybe your entire life. Oh my God. Fire everybody. It's the end of the season. Is it time to freak out? It's the second week of April. And the Yankee fan, I don't know if they expect to go undefeated. I don't know if they expect to have every game have the same importance in April as they do in September. But my God, when it starts off this quick, a loss to the Orioles in a series, you would think the whole team is going to be just shipped off to like Scranton and just done. The freak out of Yankee fan in April, it feels so different than any other professional sports team so early in the season.
I think it was one of my first Yankee Trails Yankee game bus trips that I did. Like that used to be my thing. As soon as the schedule came out, as soon as Yankee Trails put them up, I'd book like 2 or 3 games. And then I'd let everybody else know, hey, if you want to go to these games with me, here they are. I'm going. I'm not going to put up with the nonsense of, I might go, I might. No, I'm going. You can come with me. The bus driver was the first or second one. And I remember this like bus driver just turned around and looked at me in disgust. He goes, you people are the worst. And I'm like, you, what do you mean, you people? And he's like, you Yankee fans, like you could win 100 games a year, lose the 7th game of the World Series, and you're disappointed every single, and like, blah, he's going on. And I'm like, this guy's an idiot. What does he know? And I'm now like, he knew things. He wasn't wrong.
You get a vibe, right?
The only reason that I'll give any leeway to the early craziness, like the overreacting Yankee fan right now, is I think we all expected more from the offseason. And I think we all expected Judge to be locked up one way or another. Now, if the numbers we're hearing are real and Judge is asking for way more and this, that, and he wants Mike Trout money and he's not Mike Trout at this point, then you kind of got to understand why it didn't get done yet. But like when nothing gets done, when you make no real changes and it doesn't work again, you kind of look at them and go, I wonder why it didn't work. The definition of insanity, same thing over and over and expect a different result. Josh Donaldson comes over. I'm excited about that. I think it's a good move. You got Rizzo all season this year. That's nice, whatever. But it's the same team. It's the same team you had before. Still won't put Stanton in the outfield. The guy can play the outfield. A lot of things that are just not right with the team. And if you're a fan and you're a little sick of seeing the same song played and the dance doesn't change, I don't blame you.
The difference between Baltimore and this is going to hurt. The difference between Baltimore and Boston and Toronto and Tampa, there is a significant difference, and that hurts to say out loud.
France, that driver sounds like a great guy. Yeah, John, I used to, you know what? Just because I gave Evan a hard time on media day, you're a great kid who happens to be a Red Sox fan. Doesn't mean you can say that.
If they lose a tight series like that to Toronto, I would see Yankee fan getting more upset about that. And all those points you just had, like Toronto should not have more talent or be predicted to finish higher than the Yankees, or Tampa the way they do it. I can get that. The thing with Baltimore is that one of those losses, but one of them is like an extra inning loss where former guest of ours, one of my buddies, Kevin Brown, moved to TV this year for the Oriole broadcast. He's screaming out, Aaron Boone's been thrown out of a game that doesn't even exist anymore because it gets tossed out post Chapman. And Boone had a point. When Boone has his meltdowns, they're not unwarranted. He has a point that some of those balls are out of the zone a little bit.
You said balls.
Should be in the zone. So look, they lose an extra inning game. So if that game goes in favor of the Yankees, maybe this isn't the story. They lose one of those games to Baltimore, and that's different. So the Yankee fan that has that take that you're talking about, that they didn't make the changes, they didn't have that, all true. But I feel like save the freakouts for later. Like save the freak out for Toronto or Boston, who you've already played.
How can you act like this is new? Like even if you forget about, like, you've lived in New York your whole life.
Yes.
Like are Yankee fans as rabid over in the Syracuse area as they are here?
I would say here in the capital region there are a higher percentage of Yankee fans. I'd say in comparison to like New York City, I would say upstate, and let's not focus on the term upstate, but like
do it. You will.
Anything non-New York City, of the places I've worked, Albany fans love the Yankees more than any other place in upstate.
You're damn right we do.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, we've been ridiculous ever since you've been here. And now all of a sudden you're like, I don't think you guys should be ridiculous. Really? Oh, really? I didn't notice. And the worst thing is, as a Yankee fan, when I don't overreact, other Yankee fans are angry with me. Like I'll walk into, it's not as bad since we're not on terrestrial radio, but I walk into, Muddy's. I walk into I love Muddy's. It's a great place. And then all of a sudden I'll get, oh, here comes my quarter. All of a sudden I'll get, what are they doing? I'm like, well, it's early and this, that, and you don't know. You don't care. I thought you were a bigger fan. It's like, I do know. I do care. It's 162 games. I'm not gonna have a coronary over the first 10. But like we'll turn on each other quickly, very quickly. So we'll just pretend that's not new, though. I guess that's what we're gonna do.
Yankee fans, keep an eye on the division, of course, and we'll probably hit 3 months from now. We'll talk about trades the Yankees can make and everything else. But I want to see the Yankees in Toronto and Tampa and Boston have like knockout, drag out, playoff games. Have that. And look, they've already played Toronto. They've already played Boston. They're gonna play them a bunch more for the rest of the season. But I feel like Yankee fan with that mindset of it's the end of the world, like this team is not as good, you start to buy into that hype. I don't feel like this roster in particular thinks they're not good. Like I think there's some swagger on this Yankee team. Garrett Cole's got it.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge has got something to prove.
Well, and
Stan's got his own ego.
Boone
All
blowing
those
up
guys.
made me happy. Like I want to see more fire out of Boone. Like because I could understand if they'd moved on from him, but since they didn't, that's okay. Nobody else wanted coffee. That's
up,
cool.
Mike? Hello, there he is.
No, oh, thank you. I am number one. I appreciate that. Like I kind of understand. Like if you're gonna tell me there's no,
I was watching the replay on video. I thought Mike was gonna somehow abuse me. You could actually see me like waiting for the hit, like a younger brother.
If you're here, like you keep saying you're gonna take one of these desks and start working here all the time. If you're here enough, you just don't even feel it anymore. It just happens. But like it's, I don't know, man. I want to see more fire. I want to see him keep them moving in the right direction. It's too lackadaisical. It feels like a lot of times. Here, hold on a second. This is from Inside the Walls podcast. Also, Red Sox fans. Ron Sterling has better play-by-play home run coverage than Stanton hitting percentage in this season. It's what's John. I hope you know it's John. I don't know.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Okay, stop that.
These Red Sox fans. I mean, let's just remember the one series the Yankees did play really well in, and it was against you fools. So let's not get crazy here. Let's relax.
Don't forget, Inside the Walls will be joining us part of the pregame show on Saturday.
What?
So, yes, that's a big news.
I don't know about that. I may change my mind. Brian Katie, and don't forget to hear a weekly breakdown of Yankees and Mets on Katie's Corner every Thursday, presented by Godzilla Media. Is that like what you do to like get sleep?
Hang on a second. Did he steal that out of the Football on the No promotion? Usually Football on the No pulls that move on our show.
They haven't done that forever, thank God.
Adding nothing to the conversation except the free promo.
Right.
Brian Katie learns that from Jim and Joe at Football on the No. Nice
It's,
job, Brian Katie.
Katie knows not to promote his other show. Racist Heat or whatever the hell it's called.
White Heat.
Why it gotta be White Heat? Why it gotta be White Heat? Why?
I love those two. JJ gets me going.
Like in a sexual way?
No, weird. Why do I know?
Why did you instantly react? Why did you know?
I've known you long enough.
You said he gets you going. You can say there's nothing wrong, man. It's 2022. Live your truth. But I'm just saying, if they're white supremacists, you think they're going to accept your overture? I don't think so. You got to put your love in the right place.
I know you have access to the YouTube Godzilla Media page. I'm waiting for like the SEO tags of like what Levack would have as suggested search for White Heat next week.
Do you know how hard it is to get YouTube search for Godzilla Media to come up? It'll bring up like 1950s Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
All the way up to like the I in media.
YouTube is by far,
it hates you.
Not just me, but like any form of like
if you just search Levack, a bunch of stuff comes up. Some of it I'm not that proud of.
Getting stuff to break through on YouTube is the hardest of like the I guess it's social media. That's the hardest one to break through is YouTube because there's so much content out there.
Is that because of JJ? Is that why it's so hard for you on YouTube? You can tell me. There you go, smartest man from Hobart, Matt Woods, right there. You like what is it about JJ that like makes you want to like violate the vows of your marriage?
He's very animated, that JJ.
Ooh, there you go.
Not like that.
There it is.
No.
I said violate the vows of your marriage, and you went right to animated. It's okay. Look, dude. Again, it's a safe place, guys. How does the wife feel? Does she know?
I'm a very happily married man.
Right,
with
but I
a
mean that
son.
doesn't. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of that out there. They're called beards.
I like
There goes
girls.
Jamie.
There goes
Jamie's
Jamie.
Jamie's done with us for the day. Like it's okay. Like I wouldn't picture him as being your type. I just wouldn't picture him as being your type. I would think you like what the guy look like McNamara or Carmelo. I think like Carmelo.
That's
I think
more
that's
of my
your type.
type for my guys.
Yeah, just like he could like pull you in, hold you, make you feel small.
Cuddle me.
Yes. All right. See, now you're talking. Now you're telling the truth. Coming out with Levack and Goz on a Techies Tuesday.
Brian Katie's just sitting there like, this is better than I even thought. He's got 4 minutes of promo. What about the Mets? Are you interested in the Mets at all? Tell us that New York team out there.
The thing. All right. You want to talk about what a difference?
I want to talk about anything else but what we were just talking about.
All right. So like, all right. So Mets fan is more like JJ. They don't love you. They won't admit they love you guys.
All right.
Where Yankee fan is upset that JJ won't admit. No.
I wanted to know where that was going.
No. All right. Well, Mets are off to a great start. They look phenomenal. They look like one of the best teams in baseball. And all you hear is a Mets fan going, "Don't you say that? Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby? Don't you? No. Don't say. It's early. Leave us alone." Mets fan, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Just like Yankee fans sitting over here going, "Hey, look, it's only 10 games." Yeah, but it's been a really good start to the season for you guys. Like, chill out and enjoy it.
I love Met fan. I love them. You guys are the most entertaining, maybe the most entertaining New York fan base I like to follow because, like, you have just summed up there. Met fan is kind of looking around like something's going to go wrong.
Right.
We don't know what yet.
Mets fan is me getting ready for the first Empire game in 4 days. I was sitting in the office earlier today. Coach Manaus was like, "What's going on?" I go, "Just waiting to see what's going to bite me in the ass." He goes, there's a lot of it. I go, "I don't have a lot of ass to be bit anymore. So let's go." But yeah, that's Mets fan.
You're a Met fan, Levack.
Right.
That's what's happening right now. You're just looking around like, I know something's going to break. I know this can't go as well as it's going. There she goes. Goodbye, Jamie. There she is. Bye, Jamie.
Bye, Jamie.
Everything could go wrong. That you've adapted to now feeling that type of way, and it's
there goes Ryan.
Less entertaining than I think because now I'm realizing this is happening to you in real life. But when you're watching Met fan, be like, I mean, the bullpen could blow it, right? Like Uncle Steve Cohen could have a bad trade or something.
It's like Mets fan is just convinced there's going to be a swoon. They're going to fall apart. It's great. It's great to watch. It really is. Like Yankee fan, we're over here going, I can't believe how bad it is, but we're just waiting to go. We just won 12 straight. I mean, hell, the first game. Do you know how many of my friends? I was going to legitimately. As a sarcastic D-bag post, you can't go 162-0 without going 1-0. And like my friends were writing things of that ilk. Like they were, and I don't think they were kidding. Like I don't think they were joking. I think they were like, "Here we go. All right." So it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. All right, my friend Cindy Lou. She finally caught us. Mere days. Cindy, 4 days. 4 days till the Empire's back. Here at the MVP Arena.
I'm going to try it with the new setup.
I feel like the light on the new camera points out how fat I am more than the non-lighted camera from before. Just going to put that out there. Basically, like, hey, you have the ability of vision. You know I'm fat. My back. I hurt my back. And,
you hurt your back.
I did. Well, I hurt it at media day. I didn't tell you this. Oh, I destroyed my back at media day. I ran out to my truck to get the trophy. I was bringing it back in. Christina, the head choreographer for the Empresses, stopped her truck quick to like say hi to me. And when she did, I turned and looked. The trophy slid a little bit in my hand. So I reached forward to get the trophy. My foot slid off the sidewalk, and my back went pop, 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 pop. So if everybody saw me, any of the TV stuff, if I was in any of it, I was sweating profusely. It was pain sweat. It wasn't like it wasn't just fat guy sweat. It was pain sweat. And it took a couple days to get my back right and whatever. And then I was down working on the field today, helping out, pretending I know what I'm doing. And I heard it again. So coach goes, our trainer, Emily, is amazing. And he goes, have Emily look at it. I go, I don't need to cause those kind of nightmares to this poor girl. I got a foam roller at home. I'm good. I'll take care of it.
With the amount of stress you're under, how much you've just been pissed at somebody on Twitter or Facebook if like they see you do the TV hit, they see you sweating, and they're like, "Jeez, Levack, I mean, you're sweating during a TV hit. Don't you know I hurt my back?"
I would have laughed. I would have had. You got to laugh at that point. Like if it's good, if you get me, you got me. Like, but it's just it's It's been a thing. It's been a thing.
You know what can help ease your mind, Levack? Saving
Heroin.
money.
What?
Well, I was going to say saving money.
Sorry.
Jared Lozier is the person who can do that for you here. 518-956-3753. We hung out with Jared this past weekend. It was awesome catching up with Jared. By the way, he's a huge Albany Empire fan. How about him hanging out with the coaching staff, the players? JAREDL@nemail.com. JAREDL@nemail.com. Players, coaches, us, people in the capital region. Jared was brought his buddy to Hooters with us. If you want to save money on your car, your home, your small business, if you want to look at the end of the year, especially with some of you who put off taxes until now, Jared will help you save cash. Simple as one email, one call, one text. Can I get a quote on this? Save money? The answer is going to be yes. Jared Lozier, Northeastern Insurance. One more time on that email. JAREDL@nemail.com. And again, 518-956-3753. I like to say, pause the podcast, send the text, save me money, ? And then
What if they're watching live right now on Techie's Fire and Water Restoration?
it would make me feel
Facebook
the best.
You can't pause a live broadcast.
Yeah, sure you can.
Hey,
We can't because we're hosting, but I'm sure watching you can.
I'll pause right now.
No, please don't. Don't do that.
Why did you do it like that?
Confused.
That's a weird hand wave.
Jared Lozier,
It's a weird way to wake me up. So is it true that Jared's email is the letter N, the letter E, is N email? Is that what
that's too fast on that?
The letters.
Yeah, Northeastern.
So N email.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I heard his home email is Annie, like ANY mail, like a dude.
Really?
Anymail.com. Like he would take any mail.
Is that
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I didn't know that,
that's what-
Jared. Congrats. Send that
That's
over.
what I heard.
I'm going to get an email.
We should
This
get that
email is
website.
bounced.
We should get that website and just put like
An
random
email?
emails to it. Yeah, any mail. I'll take any mail. Like I'll do it. Like you and JJ.
I can't stand my email. I
What's yours?
despise it. No. I mean, the emails I get.
Media?
Levack, I've got 5 straight days of animal cruelty emails.
Oh,
just constantly. Well, I don't want that email. I don't want the email. I don't subscribe, so I keep getting it.
I don't know what I wandered into, but the amount of just retirement, boner pill, this one, like all of them at once, and none of them are real that I'm getting right now. And they're like, if you want to unsubscribe, you got to put your email and unsubscribe, and I won't do it. It's like, duh, they already have your email. It's not like they're going to have it more, but like I get like 30 to 40 just absolute spam emails a day. So like, yeah, I'm with you.
The new one I'm on to is
Jared
like,
likes the email. He wants part of that when he's in.
I'm unsubscribing to the emails, but now the top option is, do you have a reason? I'm like, no. So I click no. They're like, we're back. I didn't give us a reason yet. Like, no, we're not breaking up. What is happening? Stop sending me animal cruelty posts. Weird website. And you know who's pushing it too is our pal Jimmy Shapiro. He's about to get blocked.
You can't block Shapiro.
I mean, he's got such good stuff, but it's a lot of stuff, man.
He doesn't email me. he
Is he sending me double emails like yours is supposed to send to me and mine?
Stopped. He was like we left radio and oh, I found Goz. Let me email Goz. I was like, hey, what's up, Jimmy? Here's my email, and he went F off.
For those who don't know, he sends the lines about everything, like games
he
and like
he books us guests on Radio Row.
But sometimes the lines are like, will Will Smith fight Chris Rock on the street? -300. Like, maybe not every line and everything happening in the world, Jimmy, at all times of the day.
Yeah, not all that. I think we did some of these things you've written down over here last week. We already did the Derek Carr contract. Right?
We did.
So why is that still here?
Scroll up a little bit higher. I think I did a little bit higher for you. There's one banner on there I know we've definitely not done.
Is it NBA playoffs, Fat Zion, Smelly Ben Simmons?
That's right.
Okay.
We haven't touched this for weeks.
It's a Techies Tuesday. We're live at the MVP Arena 4 days until the Empire kickoff. Empire season presented by Standard, and the block party presented by Miller Lite. It's going to be a lot of fun. There it is.
Yeah, it was awesome seeing the MVP Arena decked out with Empire stuff. You guys have got the new layout here in front of the offices. It'll look really cool.
Our friends at Elevation 10K are bringing it this week, like bringing it. So if they screw up, I'll blame them. But so far, good for them. They're good to go.
Zion Williamson is fat and Ben Simmons stinks. That's right. Those are my hot takes.
As a fat person, I'd like to defend Zion.
Would you? Okay.
Well, where have you seen him?
I see him on the bench now once in a while wearing like a bucket hat, but not like the fun safari ones you and I like our style of hats. Just like a Skipper Gilligan situation he's got going on his head, which I'm sure the hat is very expensive.
What happened between you and Zion? Zion was like he was the one player you were like super excited about. And thus far, you just all of a sudden you hate him.
I loved Zion. I called Zion the next LeBron James. I still stick by this take that this includes LeBron, and it's hard to even comprehend this 20 years later. Zion Williamson is the most hyped athlete of my lifetime. That's including LeBron James. Now, some would say, like, well, LeBron was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, was junior in high school. So was Zion. Well, LeBron had ESPN broadcast of his game. So did Zion. Zion got the March Madness element. Zion had a camera that just watched him during a game, wasn't even playing in it. But he's played in 83 games in 3 seasons.
Yeah, but Zion was supposed to be the 2 to RJ Barrett in college. It was a little different.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, RJ Barrett got a little bit more hype out of high school ranking wise than Zion, for sure. But he's got this mysterious.
There, I hit the mic.
I texted you and Boston Dan about this when I was watching the Pelicans game the other night. I said, they're against the Clippers. I said, Reggie Miller just made a great point. Zion Williamson is doing 360 dunks
and warm-ups. He can't get you 15 minutes? Zion can't get you 15 minutes doing windmill dunks and warm-ups.
Why'd you say windmill?
What was that? An H, a Z? Yeah, so Zion's having all these great plays, but he can't play. And then Brandon Ingram, his teammate at the end of the game when they beat the Clippers, Barkley just cold-blooded goes, Brandon, you played great. You got to start eating what Zion's eating, though, to put some weight on. I'm like, my God, Charles.
But like the only problem I have with that is, like, couldn't he just eat what Charles is eating? Like, that'd be like me going, you got to eat what Zion's eating. It's like, I could do that, or you could just tell me what you're having for dinner, fatty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
that's right.
It's like, that's a fat on fat crime. You don't do that. That's not right.
Phoenix is
It's
really
our
good.
word.
That's right. Phoenix and Golden State are poised, to quote Stugatz, collision course right now for the Western Conference Finals, and it could be a great series. But I would have loved to see Zion battle with Ayton down low, see if New Orleans could, like, push Phoenix a little bit. This would be a better first-round, exciting playoff matchup if Zion was out there and not eating.
The problem with this Zion conversation is you don't have a favorite NBA team. Like, your favorite teams, it's always like, you know, with, like, in football, like, oh, I hate so-and-so, they're the worst. Well, would you want them on the Bucks? Yes. Like, you don't have a basketball team because you would want Zion.
Yes, it would.
Just on the off chance that he could, you know, catch that lightning in a bottle that we thought he was going to catch. Like, if you got him, it feels like just he's not motivated to get out there for New Orleans, which is not good. You're a pro player. You got teammates. You got to show up for your guys, have a little pride in yourself, all those things. I get it. But sometimes it's just you need to change the scenery. You need to go somewhere that the structure is more suited to you. You got to get away from the place that's known for Fat Tuesdays. You know, like, you just got to move on. Mardi Gras can only go on so long.
He's going to get traded because his rookie contract's coming up, his final year. There's no way he's coming back to New Orleans. They know he's going to walk. They know he's going to get his money somewhere else. He's still only 21. So he's probably going to dominate the summer of where he's going to go. I did write Smelly Ben Simmons on there too. You mentioned like trying to find a team. It would be cool if, like, I could root for Brooklyn because, like, for those who don't know, like, growing up, like, the Knicks weren't good. The Nets kind of got good as I got older, but it was like the era of Michael Jordan. So either you're a Jordan fan or you're not, and you're kind of rooting for guys to beat Jordan, or you're rooting for Jordan at that point. But Ben Simmons in the Brooklyn-Boston series, same thing. Like, this series should be the conference finals. Like, if Brooklyn was this good this season, these games that the Celtics and Nets played feels like cool, fun drama. Like Kyrie doing the double middle finger behind his head, getting booed out of the building, Tatum with the buzzer beater.
John Franz, how about Kyrie? He's an idiot. He doesn't want to hear about your Kyrie. He's an idiot.
I got a point here with my pal John, though. All right, and this hurts me as well with my takes. I'm talking about the Yankees played well against the Orioles, even though they lost, and now giving Kyrie credit. Wasn't it like a few months ago that Eli Manning did this on the Manning cast? He gave the double bird, and everyone's like, "Oh, Eli, you're so funny."
Yeah.
It's like a meme. Kyrie does it during the game. We have like think pieces out there, like, what's really wrong with Kyrie? Like, we got a little double standard we got to admit here with Eli versus Kyrie.
It's also very, like, what makes the NBA great also makes these kind of things they're just gonna happen. You're right there on the court. You're right there. So, like, it's not like in the NFL where if somebody's got the right voice and it catches the right second, you maybe you'll hear it on the 25-yard line or something like that. No, Kyrie hears everything everyone's saying while he's going into and leaving his bench. Every single thing. That would get to me too. Like, I always just think it's funny. It's like, how dare he flip someone off? Well, did you hear what they said to him? Because I'm sure it wasn't good. Plus, he's crazy. Like, let's not forget he's crazy. So like the fact he only did double birds and didn't go jumping on him is probably a win.
So Trae Young, when the Atlanta Hawks win their playoff
Trae
game,
Young, fix the hair.
right?
Enough with the hair, Trae.
Atlanta gets into the playoffs because of Trae Young. So what does Trae Young do to the Cleveland fans? He plays up the villain role. He takes a bow. He gets booed out of the building. Like Cleveland's up, giving their team a standing ovation. And Trae Young, like a heel, a bad guy, it's like, boo! And New York's still not over the Trae Young thing.
No.
But we embraced it. I thought it was funny what Trae Young did.
His hair's terrible, though.
The hair
really
is not
bad.
great.
It's really bad.
I don't root for Kyrie, but this stuff versus Boston is a true NBA rivalry. You and I have talked about this for the last couple of years, where it's like the NBA player now, you know them when you're a teenager. So a lot of these guys, like, look, it's a little, I don't know, this is a fine take. Like the 90s, like guys hated each other.
I'll decide if it's a fine take. Okay.
The 90s people hated each other. At least they made it out to seem like it. I know that's a very Michael Jordan thing.
Oh, no.
Boston
it was
hates
definitely,
Kyrie.
yeah. And rightfully so.
And he hates him back.
Right. But I mean, he came in as the savior and he tore it apart and said the terrible things and did the bad things. And I want to wear the number of my dad and this, all these things. And then just, freaked out and got out. Like he's a very difficult to like player. I would imagine even on your team, people have mixed feelings. He's the A-Rod of the NBA.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
He's got all the talent in the world, but there's just something about him you don't like. With A-Rod, it was that he injected himself. With Kyrie, it's a lot of people that he won't inject himself. Like he's the A-Rod. Like all right, if we win a championship, he's okay. So 2009, A-Rod, you're okay. Every other year, you suck. You're terrible. Beat it.
Kyrie feels a little weirder. And that's not like a weird, like, oh, you're different, you're unique, weird. Like I don't know if we're going to hang out. I don't know if like you're somebody I want to associate with. But when he's on the court, he's very good. I always have to like end that, suffix that at the end. Like he's really good.
Jim Miller on the Godzilla Media YouTube. Boston fans were just explaining to Kyrie the earth is not flat. Okay. I think they were explaining you're a dumbass to him. I think so. I mean, but I had this conversation today with I think it's going to be on the news later this week. So we'll just when you listen to this, if it's Thursday, it was today. I love that our fans are the kind of fans that at one time will scare the hell out of whoever walks in here.
You're talking about Albany Empire fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're
yeah,
New York sports fan in Boston.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
But I love that Empire fans are known as being rowdy and crazy and because every guy we've ever had come here who played against us in the past, the reason is I love that energy they bring. I kind of decided to have it on my side. At the same time, it's a great place to bring your family. That's why we're doing $10 tickets for kids under 12. But it's like, I love like Boston Garden. You're not supposed to be comfortable there, especially if you have a reason why they hate you. Please, you're not supposed to. MSG, you should not be comfortable in Madison Square Garden if you are not a Knick. You shouldn't. So this is fine to me. I'd be more concerned about the fact that the refs are calling it completely different and Kevin Durant's getting his ass kicked. I think that's what he should be. Like, if you want to talk about what's weird about that series so far, they're bringing pipes and bats to play defense on the Slim Reaper. And again, I bet Boston to win it all in a moment of weakness, so I'm okay with it. But
I'm so happy you brought up the officials because it's happening across the league. Draymond Green in the Nuggets series, people are like, Jokic, is he really the MVP? He's not playing well. Draymond Green is beating the shit out of him. Just every play, they're like, and somebody had this on Twitter. They're like, they can't call a foul every play on Draymond, right? Like,
if he's committing a foul, right? I mean,
the referees have decided to swallow their whistle in that series. And I get Golden State shooting the lights out. They're playing offense at a great rate. But yes, like the NBA playoffs, as much as the past 5 to 7 years, regular season has been boring and guys sit out and everything else. This first round has great storylines, really entertaining. A New York team involved in the best series of the first round, and some premier players being tested.
Team? I mean, they're still the New Jersey Nets to me.
Brooklyn?
Yeah. No, the Nets. They're the New Jersey Nets.
We got to go to the Barclays Center. I've told you before, it's my favorite arena I've ever gone to in any place in the country.
You say it to every arena we go to.
No. The Barclays is the best. Besides the MVP Arena, of course, where we're broadcasting from today.
It's a beautiful place. It is. As long as Levack doesn't leave his stuff everywhere. It's Techies Tuesday live from the MVP Arena. We're here in the Albany Empire offices, 4 days to kickoff. And tickets are available now, 518-714-2200 or online, albanyempire.nal.com. Make sure you get those tickets. A lot of great seats still available. And we're looking forward to getting it going here at the arena.
Dare I say the road to the ring starts Saturday? You guys want a third championship? If you're
It's
the
too
Albany
early. You
Empire?
can't say it early that early.
Right.
Like we do, but you shouldn't.
I wanted to because it was a good segue to Lily and David Fine Jewelers,
Ooh.
located off of Route 50, the shops of Will. Shout out to my sister-in-law. Congratulations to Lydia and Stephen. They are engaged. Stephen, soon to be my brother-in-law, if you want to make a good decision, you go to Lily and David Fine Jewelers and take advantage of the 2-for-1 wedding band sale. You stop in, you find out exactly what fits your price. Maybe it's a different way than which you can get ready for your wedding. Take advice from our guys, David and Alyssa, and the whole crew over there that can make sure the wedding day is perfect. You've already got the proposal done. Now it's time to prep for the big day. And whether it's an anniversary, a birthday, stop in and talk to Lily and David Fine Jewelers and the staff there to find out what works best for you. I know from experience, look at that. On the visual side, there's the wedding band. My wife was wearing her engagement ring this weekend. How nice of her during an Easter weekend. She rarely
She doesn't
does
usually wear it
at school because she's a PT. It's so massive, Levack. The children could be hit in the face with her huge wedding ring that I got her. Lily and David Fine Jewelers. That was affordable, and she still
It's
gets
not fair,
compliments to
I
this
can't
day.
say anything because it could
That's
be
right.
perceived as mean against her, and I love her.
That's
so
right.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
They'll help you find exactly what you need. Again, whether it's an engagement ring, a wedding band, a great gift for celebrating the
A
anniversary.
leprechaun, pot of gold.
I don't think Alyssa has that.
You said they'll help me find whatever I need.
Shops of Wilton, Route 50. It's Lily and David Fine Jewelers. And when you stop in, tell me you heard about Goz's story or that Levack requested a leprechaun and he would like that from you, Alyssa.
Yes, please.
And Lily and David Fine Jewelers.
Yes. Yes, please. I'm trying to think. I have like 50 jokes about that kind of stuff, and I just don't think any of them are appropriate.
Have you put Alyssa through enough?
I love Alyssa and I are best friends. We are
Leprechauns,
best
rings.
friends. What do you said she could find me anything I need?
Didn't think that
You
was,
did it. It wasn't me.
Oh, it was my fault.
Right.
Sorry, Alyssa.
Your mouth's writing checks that I don't know if she can cash. All right. That's all I'm saying.
I think I would enjoy it if somebody walked into Lily and David Fine Jewelers, Shops of Wilton, said, "You're not giving us leprechauns,
Yeah.
really?" and just walked out. I
Right.
think Alyssa would be okay with that.
But they'd miss out on an amazing selection. Amazing selection. That's what I'm saying. Do we really feel like Baker Mayfield could be going to the Giants? Do we feel this is a thing? I think he's going to Seattle, right?
Baker got on a podcast and said stuff like he's tired of being in Cleveland. They're not respecting him. He wants to boo people in their cubicles. There's going to be rumors flying around. It's officially lying season, 8 days away from the NFL draft. Baker has been reported that the Carolina Panthers are the team now emerging as the front runner to get him. Except this time last week, you asked me where likely the first quarterback was off the board, and I told you Carolina. So you wonder if Carolina leaked their own story about going after Baker Mayfield so somebody else doesn't instead of him. Yeah, I think if we talk about potential quarterbacks in the move, why wouldn't Baker potentially be a New York Giant?
If you really want to give Daniel Jones a chance, you can't have a quarterback like Baker Mayfield behind him because Baker Mayfield is still a crowd favorite to a lot of people. That push could stunt whatever growth you're hoping to get out of him. He would be almost as bad as having Colin Kaepernick as a backup quarterback.
Whoa. Kaepernick?
Almost as bad. Remember, Kaepernick said recently he'd be okay with signing as a backup, but he wouldn't stay there. He'd fight to get out. So, you can't bring him in because he's rusty. He's older. He hasn't played. And I know people don't like to hear this. His skill set was diminishing before he even decided to kneel, sit, and everything else. But the biggest reason you can't bring him in is drama. If you put him as a backup quarterback anywhere and somebody struggles, he's going to get people don't even know what football is, couldn't pick it up a lineup, are going to want him to be the starting quarterback.
I heard you say that comparison. I immediately thought Baker's been better than Kaepernick more recently because Kaepernick hasn't played. He's got a better sample size than Kaepernick. You mentioned that recent quote. Our pal Matt Verderam from Fanside had shared that interview. He did the conversation with Chad Johnson, your boy Chad Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and I believe it was Fred Taylor. And if you're not a Kaepernick fan, find the cut. Matt Verderam on Twitter has it. he had a really good answer about those critics that you talked about that had said, like, if you bring in Kaepernick, he's going to be a distraction. He basically dropped the line of, well, I made Nike $6 billion and none of my teammates have ever called me a distraction. So that's a pretty good answer.
Is that that doesn't help?
I know a lot of people did not like Nike, but I think when that Nike deal initially went down, people were like, this is a cash grab. Like, and then Nike's like, I guess so.
But
like,
you
we're
realize,
making money off it.
But you realize, like, Kaepernick's popularity as a backup is an issue. Because again, if he's you want to bring him in for a QB competition, like you want to bring him into Seattle and it's him and Drew Lock going toe to toe to figure out who the quarterback's going to be. Okay, fine. You want to bring him into, you can't do the Giants because you still want to give Daniel Jones a chance. There's places, there's not a lot of places that works because he needs to have a legitimate shot to start, but he also doesn't want to give in. I don't think he really wants to play because it's a lot easier for everyone to think you want to play and to be a hero and have your career be kind of like this martyr level that it's got now. And he's done good. He started conversations. Good for you. That's what you wanted to do. You've done it. If you really wanted to play, you'd be playing. Like, he would be playing in the USFL right now. He'd be out on the field for us. You know, he'd be competing with Faithful and Cashnova here. Like, get film. Show me you want to play. Every time he's ever had a chance to play somewhere, he throws out some demand that's so outrageous for who it is that he knows it's never going to get picked up. But he makes his way into the narrative. Like, I would rather have Baker Mayfield a million times right now.
Oh, for sure. And I would too. And the Kaepernick,
that's part of the problem why you can't have him in New York.
The Kaepernick thing is that his value, he believes, hey, I don't need to go to one of these other teams that's a non-NFL team because my attention, my brand, my publicity that I've gotten will bring that attention to the league far more. Maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong, but it goes back to, yeah, you can take whatever you want, but if no one signs you, you're not right. Like,
right.
You can tell me how great you are, but if no one's signing you, then you're not a quarterback, man. Do I think Baker Mayfield will be a Giant? No. It's either Carolina or camp, as I'll call it. Like, Carolina would be the team if they get to 6 and they got to make a decision between Pickett, Willis.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, or Baker or Sam Darnold. And that was an interesting quote. The former New York, and this is why I brought this up, the New York Giant former head coach Ben McAdoo, who's now with the Carolina Panthers, declared Sam Darnold as the number 1 quarterback and then backpedaled quickly. I
believe
maybe he's not.
You said backpedal. I think you meant to say sobered up. I think you were mistaken. You meant to say sobered up right there.
That wasn't something I should have said. Quote from Ben McAdoo days later after declaring his number 1 Sam Darnold.
Well, he didn't say. Oh my God, Ben McAdoo is that dude who just can't get out of his own way. Like, you know, he shows up in the wrinkled, you know, suit that's clearly like his dad's for his press conference. He just makes a lot of the mishandling of Eli Manning, the end of his career, all these things. He's just poor Ben McAdoo. He just doesn't, like, at some point, I'm going to start blaming the media for putting a microphone in his face.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Somebody should have said, hey, it's April before the draft. Ben McAdoo hasn't done some coaching in a while. The easy question, this is reporter journalism 101. Just ask the offensive coordinator, is Sam Darnold your number 1 quarterback? Because there's no right answer. If he says yes, we'll write an article. And if he says no, did you hear that Ben McAdoo said Sam Darnold's not the number 1 quarterback? Does that mean Pickett or Mayfield? There's no right answer. Like, you're going to make a story about whatever he says. Don't take the interview. Don't do it.
I almost want to read this text on the air, but I don't know if I can yet.
Uh-oh. Is it breaking NAL news? Is it media news?
Well, no, it's just a friend of mine.
8 days away. While you figure that out, I'll just remind people that I said 8 days away?
4.
9 days away from the NFL draft. I think I said 8 days away earlier. 9 days away from the NFL draft.
Is that? I don't even know.
You and I will be broadcasting live from the Iron's Edge. For more information on that, check it out on Facebook. Iron's Edge. We'll have more details. Again, check out Godzilla Media's social media platforms and podcasts for more details. But we'll give you the little hint. 6:30 to 8 o'clock. Pre-game, Levack and I take you up to pick 1 as the Jags go on the clock. And if you're a fan of the Giants, the Jets, whatever NFL team you're a fan of, we're going to broadcast live throughout the night with the Godzilla Media team. So if you want to instantly react to a pick for your team, hop on Godzilla Media's YouTube, Techies Fire and Water Restorations Facebook, and the Iron's Edge Facebook, so you can be a part of draft night coverage. We'll have awesome information about the Iron's Edge and what you can expect this month when it opens up. I hope that helped. And now I'm more concerned. I see your fingers going away like maybe he can't read it on the air anymore.
So a friend of mine, she has been reaching out to me for dating advice because of my theory, those who can't do coach. So this guy I matched with has a bearded dragon named Big Mama, and I might have to babysit her tonight. I said, what? this is what.
Before you go on, is that like bearded snake is a
bearded dragon?
Bearded dragon's code for something, right?
No, it's an actual. No, it's a lizard with like, but it's the way its skin is.
Okay,
It looks like it has a beard.
I thought it might have been an innuendo of some sort.
And then she said she feels like it should be our mascot, and she has begun to Photoshop the bearded dragon into random pictures from our. And I told her I was going to read this. Yeah, I get every. So that's the first of how this usually goes with this person. I get this. Oh my God, I met this guy and it's weird and it's crazy. And I'm like, cool, good for you, whatever. And then middle way through, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, open honesty. That's what you do. And then the last one is, he's such a dick. I'm done. I'm like, okay, cool. Good. Tell me more about the bearded dragon that you're babysitting. I'm like, have you at least met the guy before? Like, you just randomly. I get like. Is that the move? Is that like how you show you're a sensitive modern man? Oh, I have a pet lizard with a beard. Would you babysit it for me? Would you?
Is the pet a deal breaker for people? Because if that happened to me, if I was her, I'd end it. Like if I was early in a relationship and my now wife, it didn't even matter. If I was out there dating someone, say, hey, you got to come watch my dog for a day. Nope.
Not even a dog?
No, like people expect me to be.
You don't like animals.
I'm not an animal person.
Yeah.
And I think it like frightens people. They're like, oh, Goz is Gozzy Bear, he's warm and cheery and bubbly. He'll love this animal. No, like I actually feel it gets so bad with the dog situation because we used to at our old spot, we used to have like dogs come in all the time, and like I just do like an awkward like this move.
Well, everything you do is awkward,
right?
Though.
But this one like stood out with the dog at anybody's house. Like my best friends growing up, like they're just like that's how it's gonna be with him.
Yeah.
Like so, if that was me, no, I tell her, Goz said it's over. Goz said end the relationship. What about you? Like the deal breaker's not for you for
How
pets?
about Gurkha? Bearded dragon is code for gimp. Beware.
It's not code. I knew it, Gurkha. No, it is.
It's just
Pulp Fiction's about to go down in there.
No,
Gurkha knows he's been there.
No,
he's been there and seen it.
That's not it.
What about you? Would a deal breaker be it for you? If someone told you had to watch a pet, if you had like a pet gerbil,
it depends on
back in the dating game.
No, gerbils are just. I mean, they're just mice. That's all they are.
If you had a female come over to your house and they said, "Hey, you got to watch Big Trust for like 6 hours."
For what? If I had somebody watch my cat,
versa. Like maybe someone had to watch the cat. Big Trust.
I don't trust anybody with Big Trust.
That's what I'm saying.
Like because I've got to do some traveling. I don't trust. Like no, Trust is weird too. Like you can't just. That's not a beginner cat. You know what I mean? Like she's a different kind of breed. You know, she was feral. She's raised in the streets. You can take Trust out the streets, but you can't take the streets out Trust. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
She'd slap a hoe. She would. She wouldn't even play around. No, I wouldn't want like I wouldn't ask somebody to. I don't know. But I feel like it's an attempt to, speed up or solidify the relationship. I think it's like one of those things like I trust you so much. Here's my bearded dragon, and like yeah. Isn't that what JJ said to you when you guys went to dinner?
I'm out, man. If that speed up a relationship, then I'm out faster. Man, I couldn't handle it.
But like, I think that's a move. I think it's a dude's move. I think people who get dogs just to pick up chicks. Like they take them for walks, and it's like a girl's like, "Oh my God, it's so cute." He's like, "I know, what's up, baby?" Like I don't feel like this bearded dragon might be bait. It's a baited dragon. I think it's bait. I think it's like you're really hot. I don't know if I have enough to offer. Will you check out my bearded dragon? Like it's his thing. Yeah, it's his thing. Maybe that's what it is. I'm gonna have to talk to her about that. Plus I just like ruining relationships any chance I get because they don't work for me. No, but like for me, it depends on the pet, right? So historically speaking, women with horses or small dogs they're just high maintenance. You're just high maintenance. That's all there is to it. I'm sorry, ladies. Ladies with big dogs, we can chill or at least be friends. Little dogs, horses, high maintenance. That's the litmus test. Bearded dragons, I'm just assuming just never met her own father. I don't know. That's just where I'm at. That's just where
the chart's not. You didn't have that one of the chart bearded dragons.
That's
right.
Like because you hate animals. Like if somebody if you saw somebody online like every picture they were with a dog, like what would you think of her? Like that's gotta
loved animals. And
Okay.
maybe high maintenance.
I'd be like, she's gonna be the one who has to like leave important functions because her dog, needs her and hasn't seen her in 15 minutes. Like it's just like a lot of I don't know. Here I can only imagine how this whole conversation has offended Corey from Greenwich. I think his girlfriend has horses.
Okay.
I think his fiance has horses. Listen, Corey, if you're so unoffended by the horses, if she's so easy to get along with, marry her already. I mean,
Yeah.
stop with this engagement crap, buddy. Poop or get off the pot. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking about pooping and horses, I feel like that's got to be a high maintenance animal, right? Like you just mentioned the dog and like, I got to go back because the dog's got to crap. And like, I feel like the horse is just as bad.
I think you want to go one of two ways, right? You either want the cat that poops in a box and you can just dump it easily, or the horse where you need a shovel so it's far enough away from you.
Right.
You don't want anything
Got it.
like walking a dog and you got to put the bag around your hand and then like somehow they're like the thinnest plastic bag ever made. So you feel the warmth the second it happens. Like that's why I have a yard, because it's like I'll let the dog poop in the yard before we go for the walk, and then I'll bring the bag just in case, so it looks like I picked it up. No, just kidding.
But you just said to your house, like, that's why I have a yard. Quickly thought of
All right,
singing.
Jim I'm not even gonna this is just, you have to be watching on Tech East, Fire and Water Restoration's Facebook or Goz's YouTube, because I'm not saying this one out loud. You can if you want to. Jim Miller has a whole nother theory on the whole bearded dragon part, guys.
All right, we'll leave that for the audio audience. Head over to the bearded dragon thing.
You can say it if you want to say
no,
it.
No, I'll save that.
Do you know what that is?
Of
Do you know what
course
the
I
other
know what
thing
that
is?
is. Of course. And if you're watching on the visual side, don't Google it.
And like he continues to like write it over and over. Jim is convinced that bearded dragon is gateway to a whole nother thing. I've never heard of that. Like I've heard of a flaming Amazon, dog in a bathtub, Stinking Lincoln, Dirty Sanchez. I mean, there's a couple I've heard of.
I think you've given enough clues for people.
Did I say flaming Amazon?
Yes, you led with that.
The Houdini.
That's different.
Yeah,
that's a different one.
Cleveland Steamer.
All right,
Pittsburgh
you said it.
Platter.
All right. We have Q&A to end the day. Whatever's left of those comments.
Oh, by the way, the draft party is going to be an issue for me, just so we're clear.
What?
It's going to be a bit of an issue.
What do you mean? We've talked about the draft party. What do you mean it's an issue?
I'm going to be there.
Oh, okay.
I'm a stand-up man. I'm going to do what I have to do. But I fly to Jacksonville the very next morning.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Flying hungover is not fun. So I'm either going to have to stay drunk or behave myself. I'm not really sure which one it's going to be.
Come out to the Iron's Edge to find out.
Yeah, you're going to have JJ.
I'm also shaving my head that day.
Oh, rusty trombone. From Gurkha.
This is the
Girl 2 Cups.
Do not ruin our comment section with you sickos.
Jim Miller, dirty dude. It is certainly not Miller time right now, my friend, but it will be 5:00 on Saturday for the Miller Lite block party.
Do not filth up our comment section for Q&A to end the day. The only thing I want to get to before we get to that is, because you're in a management position now, you're a president of a professional sports team.
I fought so hard.
Marshawn Lynch.
Screw you, Mike Corda.
Marshawn Lynch is a part of the Seattle Kraken management team now.
Marshawn Lynch. I heard he's the mascot. Filma?
He's minority investor / owner of the Seattle Kraken. What do you make of beast mode joining the hockey landscape?
Good for him. Isn't it him and like Macklemore? Isn't it both of them?
Yes, he's a Seattle native, Macklemore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's smart, man. It's I love Gurkha. This took a weird turn. Everything you're involved in, Gurk, takes a weird turn. Good for him. Like those are the ones. Like I don't feel like there's a ton of cash to be made at that level of ownership. I could be wrong. I don't know how much he's in for. But the fun of it, like at that point, you're invited, and the Kraken do a great game presentation. They're a lot of fun to watch on TV and stuff. I don't know if it's as fun there because a lot of it's CGI stuff, but good for him. It's cool that he's doing all that stuff.
All that stuff sounds good. Marshawn being a part of it, he'll be probably in some games, promoting the team. All that sounds good.
Kraken mode.
The reason I asked this to you now,
Sea Beast mode,
in a new position that you have, is there's a possibility in the future that we may see some type of former athletes or celebrities maybe invest in the Albany Empire or become a part of owner or whatever it might be. I don't feel like, and maybe I'm judging the wrong way, I don't know if you'd enjoy that dealing with people like Marshawn, because I feel like a lot of these athletes or former coaches would be in your ear constantly. Like, why are we not playing so-and-so? Why aren't we doing this? I feel like, although it sounds cool, like for this stuff, for someone in your spot, I don't know if you'd enjoy having these, I don't know what's the best way to phrase this, minority owners having more of an interest in that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
and then it steps on your job every single day.
I've never seen a minority owner be a pain in the ass. I swear. The thing I have going for me is I was hired by one person. I work for one person. So that's it. I work for one dude. That's it. I work for Mike Corda. So if these people are a pain in the ass, he has to deal with that. That's a him problem. I'm sorry. That's an ownership issue. Take it up with ownership. I'm doing what I got to do.
It's just something I thought about, like when Jay-Z years ago, what is that, 15, 20 years ago, when Jay-Z was sitting courtside for the Brooklyn Nets, don't you think Jay-Z was like, at least presenting it like, look, I'm making some moves up front. Like Beyonce is sitting courtside, like Jay-Z's making the moves. And I know he formed his own agency later, and maybe that's why he stepped away, because he thought he'd have more power. And maybe Marshawn doesn't care about hockey. Like, I don't know if Marshawn's
they might be paying him
situation.
They might be paying him. You know what I mean? Because it's tell me one time since they formed that you've spoken this much about the Seattle Krakens.
Not that much.
Except for the fact their mascot's amazing, Filma.
That's not
Phil McCracken.
That is
Phil.
Phil McCracken is not the mascot,
That's the mascot.
Of Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, it's Phil McCracken. You didn't see him? Big Kraken.
Can you please leave that for Gurkha's my will call tickets? If I get will call tickets, leave that for Gurkha under that name.
Why am I giving Gurkha tickets? I don't even know. Who's he? Never heard of him.
That is not their mascot.
It is Phil McCracken. You've seen it. It's
I've not seen
him and Gritty. They partied together.
You know what? I can see that. I can actually see that. Good for Marshawn and Macklemore and Jerry Bruckheimer, the music director, movie director, a director. Well, he does something. He's in there too.
I love Corey from Greenwich just trying to tell me that women with horses aren't high maintenance. And then he goes, trust me, the horses poop a lot. I don't, LOL, I don't, but a lot of stalled pasture cleanup. You also call a horse a hay burner because they go through a lot of hay. Oh, thanks for telling me that. Thanks for proving that women who have horses aren't high maintenance because the horses.
Sometimes I wonder if Corey thinks about what he sends into.
Oh, Corey does not need to think. Corey's like a shark, right? Sharks just move forward and they hunt. Corey just moves forward, asks Mount Rushmore questions, and contradicts himself. That's what Corey from Greenwich does. It's his skill. It's what he's good at. And there's no one should. That is his other skill is getting on sports talk radio.
Yes,
he can find his way. If you've got a request line, a caller line, Corey will right in there. He'll find his way.
My goal is for Corey.
Meanwhile, he's shoveling crap and milking cows and making salty maple nuts.
Corey said he's going to be at the Iron's Edge this year. I know Corey loves Mel Kiper. That is his guy. He's gotten on the Mel Kiper show before. Mel Kiper is not going to be at the draft this year in Vegas. He is doing the show remotely. So unbelievable. What is wrong with people? I want Corey to break into the Mel Kiper feed. I want Kiper to give a hot take, and there's Corey just like sticking his head in and breaks into the feed. That's what I want.
Hey,
this was a
Mal. Who your top 3,007 draft prospects this year, please? Just quick. Mal.
It's Corey.
Remember when everybody thought he was you?
Yes.
You had to go back to the station, and Corey was wearing a Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey because it's one of his 32 favorite NFL teams. And everybody was like, oh, hey, Goz. And I just let it go after a while. And like Corey was like, I'm not Goz. I'm like, Goz, don't be rude. He's getting like more and more upset. I can't wait for him to, man. He goes, I asked them because I know it annoys the shit out of you. It's fair. It's true. It's not wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong. No, but like I said, so draft party, I'm excited about it because the Iron's Edge, I haven't been there. Is that we've been there. Actually, we have been there when it's old incarnation.
Yes.
That's where you learn to cook, right?
I think so.
I think that's, well, at least one dish. Have you ever made any of those things again?
No.
Have you made sausage and corn lately?
No.
Everyone loves the Gozlowski sausage and corn. You guys, we have to do actually. Once the season's set up to the point where I have a little free time. I don't really care about you. We have to shoot a commercial for Gozlowski sausage and corn.
Oh,
we have to shoot a commercial.
Branding, okay.
Yeah,
I like this. I think just Godzilla Media sausage and corn is fine. Get the name out there. I like it.
Do you like sausage? Do you like corn? Do you like a meal with 2 ingredients? That's also how to make it. Do you like to poop a lot? Have you tried Gozlowski's sausage and corn?
Now available. Godzilla Media's gift store. All
right,
I like it. There's a commercial right there.
Done.
Send that over to Elevation.
Sausage and corn.
Elevation 10K would take
Are
care
you
of
still
us.
eating that free sausage from like 6 years ago.
James from Saratoga?
Yes.
No. Thank
Is
God.
James from Saratoga alive?
Is he still with us? I don't know.
There's no way he
is.
knows how to use the interwebs, right?
Or podcasts. No.
There's no way. We're safe, right?
I assume if somebody in the studio just pushes him up, he's still on like line 2, just talking about
He's still going
James Caprillion.
Yes, yeah. He would bring up James Caprillion forever. I'm like, well, James, for the 16th time he was traded. But love it. Here we go.
Is it time for Q&A to end the day? Do we just want to keep going?
All right. I'll give you actually, I'll pull this one back and let's go Q&A at the end of the day. Q&A, get your questions in.
Whether you're watching, by the way, live or on replay, whatever it might be, you can always leave comments, even if you're not a part of the live broadcast. We'll get back to those comments on later shows. If you're listening on Apple, please leave a review with comments. We will look at those for future shows as well. I want to make sure we give everybody love for this stuff. Just the live audience.
Rate, review, eat sausage and corn.
That's right.
That's how you show it.
Hey, I think we nailed that one.
If you open a can of green giant corn, dump the corn out, put the can to your ear, you hear repeats of Levack and Goz from the second year of radio, not the first. That's it.
It's 2017
not even now.
shows.
Yeah. How do you know what years we're on? I don't even know what year it is now. Q&A, and we will start with Mr. Corey. How about venison? Venison is garbage. Okay, venison is disgusting, and I know this offends almost everyone. I don't like it. I've never liked it. I'm not gonna like it. You're not gonna convince me to like it. I think somebody made it a stew once. I was like, yeah, it's not terrible, but I still know it's venison.
If my memory serves correct here, when we were in COVID times, there wasn't a lot to talk about.
Yonder.
There wasn't a lot of sports articles for us to post, as our bosses used to tell us. You posted an article about venison, and I believe the reaction was, what would you say?
I think that was like my most viewed article I ever wrote at 1045.com. I called venison lovers a cult, and they lost their ever-loving minds. Like it's true. I'm sorry. You guys lose it. I don't understand it. Like if I said to Goz, I don't like sausage and corn. Goz isn't going to go and like, you just haven't tried good sausage and corn yet. Like, no, he's going to go, all right, it's more for me. Like people with venison, it's like, I don't like deer meat. You don't know. You just haven't a good, I'm going to make you a steak. I'd rather you didn't. I'm not going to like it, but then I'm going to feel obligated to eat some of it because I'm being polite.
I cannot offer up an opinion on venison. I have not had it enough in my life. I've maybe had it twice. So I don't know if I have any type of way to engage whether it's good or not. I've got one on Twitter here. I got to give credit where credit's due to a combination here of Ryan and a guy named Joe Flawless. Joe Flawless tweeted into the show to you and I and wrote, "This looks pretty good." And Ryan McCarthy from No Credentials Required, he's going to be a part of the pregame as well. He's covering Godzilla Media's Albany Empire coverage. He decided, Levack, on this video to Photoshop his own podcast onto your boards. I don't know. How do you feel about this? You don't like it?
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
The Photoshop's pretty good.
Nobody pays attention to Ryan McCarthy.
Ryan, we appreciate your coverage. That Photoshop is good. And it's us he's promoting in the clip, which makes it even better.
Who?
You were on the podcast
what I know him from?
Week. You were on the show last week.
You took over that. That was your podcast.
That was both of us.
That was your podcast.
Thank you to Joe Flawless for the comment.
Yeah. All right, Tommy Gross, my dude. Here's a nice question today. How many trades do you see in the first round of the NFL draft with multiple teams having multiple picks?
Oh, man, Tom, that might be one of your best questions we ever got. Oh, man.
Pie.
3.14. Let's do it over under 4, though. I think 4 is a pretty good number. I know that
first round?
Yeah, like that 25 to 32 is actually like what throws off these bets because a lot of teams try to jump in to get that 5th-year contract for first round picks for a team option. I would go 4, like a couple early to go up for the quarterback, like that 6 to 10 range, 2 there, 2 at the bottom. I'll stick with 4, but I think more action will come for the final 8 picks of the draft.
I had less than that. I don't think people realize how many trades 4 is in the first round. First and second, maybe more, but I don't know. Something about, are we counting trades that already happened?
No.
Okay.
So and maybe that leads to your answer because a lot of trades have already happened involving a lot of picks.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the Jets are very intriguing. The Saints are still intriguing. It looks like the Saints are still moving somewhere, but I can see a Giants team using both. Like, why not? You know what I mean? Go show that how smart you are and stuff like that. I can see a lot of these teams using the picks. Like, really, like Green Bay, they could grab 2 receivers. There's a lot that
that sounds like you're leaning towards like a 2 or a 1?
Well, all I had to do is go one less than you right now to win. So less than 4 or 3.
Okay.
But,
I got one from DJ over here.
DJ.
If this becomes a thing on Twitter, I'm okay with it. DJ just passed along the score from the Colorado Rockies when they defeated the Cubs 9-6. The Rockies Twitter account made the final score 6-9 and then wrote nice. So people are just going to pass 6-9 scores to me on social media. You understand the show, and I appreciate.
Know your audience.
Right.
Know your audience. All right, let me see. I'm looking for more questions. There's a lot of smack talk. I looked at Tommy Gross put the question like 3 times today.
We got you, Tom. We got you. It's in there.
He's like, and it's a nice question every time. He's just like, nice question for you. Let me see here. Oh, here's one. You'll like this one. Corey from Greenwich. Wow, Levack, are you feeling okay? Did I recently hear you on 104.5 The Team? LOL. I have no issues. If you heard a certain person who's laughing right now on that station, that's when you got to be like, okay, something's wrong. That's when you're like, Goz, cough twice if you are here against your will. Yes, I was. I was on 104.5 The Team today. I think I'm going to be on GNA tomorrow morning. My old stomping grounds. If
you hear me on that station, that is what they call a cold day in hell. That'll be like when you just pack up the stuff and just head to the end of the earth. That will never happen.
I could see it. I think there could be a reunion in the future. Who knows?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
No.
Come on.
I've got Jim who wrote something about me, Levack. I see a Goz comment on here.
Okay, go ahead. You want it?
Goz finally gets into the game for free both ways this Saturday. Either as an Albany Empire play-by-play broadcaster or a kid's great deal, LOL. Thanks, Jim.
It actually would be free because he's under 4. Like basically, if you don't use a seat, we ain't charging you. But yeah, kids under 12, $10. They're in the door. Bill wants to know, will the Heat cover
tonight?
Let's see. Nah.
Oh my God, Bill. Let me think.
I feel like they're in trouble.
The Miami Heat is the number 1 seed. I feel like we need to say that a few more times. The Heat are the number 1 seed. It's not the Celtics, not the Nets, it's not the Sixers. The Heat are the number 1 seed. Tonight against Atlanta, flipping over 7.5. Oh, God. Oh, boy. They're up 1-0 at home. You know what, Bill? I will say yes. I think it's a free throw game at the end, though. Like it's a 5-point game, and you might lose the bet on a hook, like a 7-point. Yes. Yes, you win that bet tonight, Bill, but you can hear how unconfident I am. I do not like that. If I had to pick one game, it would not be Heat Hawks tonight. I would not take that game.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bet. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to bet because I bet a lot of series bets. So I'll probably just roll with those right now.
I would wait, Bill. I would recommend taking Grizzlies with the points over the Timberwolves over the Heat because Minnesota picked up game 1. Memphis is playing really well, but Minnesota has been on a streak of winning that opening playoff round game and celebrating it like it was the championship, but then going out and beating Memphis. Anthony Edwards, aka Ant-Man, as he named his dog Anthony Edwards Jr. because his dog can do everything just like him, which is the biggest swag thing ever, phenomenal. Right? I would take Memphis with the points tonight rather than the Heat as the best NBA playoff game bet.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you want to see the new game day kicks?
Yeah, I do.
All right. I'm going to show you. Should I show?
These are for the team or
for me? This is me.
Ooh.
Just me. I bought these for me. These are for me.
Yeah.
Should I show everybody or should I make them wait? I should make them wait.
I think you wait. Wait till Saturday and they see it doing the stuff at the halftime.
I can hear my boy Nick Hague. Those are fire. You're gonna lose it when you see those. The fire. Fire. Lose it. Empire. You know what we're gonna do during instant replays? You wanna know? We talked about this the other day. Everybody's gonna do it like the Roman Coliseum. We're gonna have thumbs out. Thumbs up if you think it's a good call for us. Thumbs down if you don't like it. And we just, a whole crowd.
Yeah.
We're going to boo him if it's down. Cheer him if it's up.
Get the old Batista Triple H WWE clips. You've got to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to watch out. YouTube is very aggressive.
Bill also said you should be the next Bachelor of Vac. I didn't want you to be humble and pass on that comment. It's very nice
of him to
say that.
I didn't even see him say that. Again, I'm interested in if we can call it the Fatchler. It has to be the Fatchler. And instead of roses, it's chicken wings. Possibly at Hooters. I'm open for negotiation if Dan can't get my wings right. But I'm ready to do it. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it's fun because I hate the Bachelor and the Bachelorette. Like, can we find love for these beautiful people? Like, yeah, they're beautiful. They can find love anywhere they want to. Where it's like we've put 30 beautiful women inside a Hooters on Wolf Road. Jeff Levack is morbidly obese. Will he find love? And it's like, I just go up with the wing. So like, hey, I want you to stay. I still feel hot for you. And I hand her the wing, right? And there it is. And then I get to the one and I go, I'm just not feeling the heat with you. And I eat the wing and I don't give it to her. I throw the bone away right in front of her.
This has been closer to happening than ever before. Now,
I don't think it's that close to happening.
Look, you are busy. Dan is busy. But it's further
hold
to
on.
happening now than ever before.
Here's why
Bill, it could happen.
Here's why it's not close to happening, Bill, Goz, and everybody who's being realistic. We've talked about this since I left terrestrial radio, right? Because before we said it, I did it as a joke, whatever. No woman has said, I want to be on that show, okay? So the fact that we have no contestants, the show's not close to happening. That's the thing. Unless we do like a bait and switch thing like they did with that Average Joe guy where like, and again, it's still like a really good looking dude and he's like an actor and it's like, what will happen when they find out he's not a millionaire? They're gonna he's still freaking hot and we made a lot of money on TV, so it's okay. Like women start lining up and going, I want on The Bachelor. And I want you to mean you want on The Bachelor, if you know what I'm saying. And then we'll get closer. We need to do it even in a quick thing. We need at least 5 beautiful, talented females to vie for my affections.
Yes, look, you could get 5 people. Levack at Albany Empire NAL.
It has to be women.
Okay, women.
I'm not like
fine.
you. I don't like all of a sudden waver. I mean,
women,
good for you.
fine.
I'm happy for you.
I think the next time we're at Hooters, which might be a little bit maybe deeper into the summer here, we start talking to some of the wonderful women there. You got a great connection with some of the
hold on.
They don't count?
No.
They're single? Why does that not count?
No, they don't count because they know how to play the game. They're going to try to win. They're not going to try to win me. I need women who want to win a date with me if I'm going to do this.
I feel like you've never
I need a Madam President.
You haven't watched The Bachelor, have you? I feel like that's
right because it's
mindset of most of those contestants.
But they at least pretend all the way through and like they get some hot tub hookups. Can we get a hot tub out back for a quick hookup?
That's asking for a lot. We
listen,
started with 5 people. I started with, and now you want a hot tub.
Could be a big hot tub. All right, here we go. Finally, a Gozlowski I can work with. TTL man, I'm calling my casting agency now to promote The Bachelor. Thank you. Thank you. See, like Goz is over here just randomly saying TG2's over here making things happen.
Just making money moves.
But that's like the way you do it, right? So if you're going to do it that way, you go, we want you for this new dating show and blah, 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 blah. You don't tell them it's some fat ass in Albany, New York. Stop touching my microphone. Mike Corda, that is your name.
Want to watch the replay here on YouTube?
Vanilla Shug Knight.
There you go. They just bang right
microphone.
there. There we
I
go.
love I got the belly working lately. It's pretty bad. I'm working on it, trying to get it down. Mike's a big dude, but he doesn't have the belly. So Mike's over at a clothes shop that we both go to, and the chick from the clothing shop comes up and goes, "How are the new jeans?" And he goes, "What? I haven't." She thought it was me. We were at a meeting and this one guy, you know him, I'm not gonna say his name because it's kind of embarrassing. I was giving him a hard time and he goes, when you get to this guy's age, points to Mike, you'll understand. And I'm like, well, that happened right now. We're the same age. So Mike's the stress of owning the Empire is dragging Mike down. And me, I'm just lifting up. I'm just getting better. I'm ready for The Bachelor. Get your wings ready.
I would laugh.
Get your hot sauce ready, ladies.
I was going to laugh a lot harder at those jokes, but my paperwork has not gone through yet for the broadcasting, so I will keep my laughs to a minimum because I'd like to get paid this season.
That's a good call on your part. All right, is that it? Can I go
That is
home?
it. We're done. Saturday
Can I go back to work
pregame
now?
show, Levack, 3:30 to 5, block party at 4:30. We're going to have you for as long as we can on Saturday. That might be as most fun of it is how long can Levack be a part of the show? I want to be a part of the Albany Empire Facebook page, so if you have not followed the Albany Empire on Facebook yet, that is the spot
Albany
for
Empire
you.
NAL.
That's right. We're going to be on Godzilla Media's YouTube and Techie's Facebook as well. Twitter is going to be just for updates during the game. And my partner, Andrew Santillo, and I, now with all those jokes you've made today that sounded weirder saying it out loud, we'll bring you the coverage.
You're going to be on him?
YouTube.
He's play-by-play. One guy's play-by-play. He's straight-laced. The other one's color. He's a little goofy. It's Santillo and Goz making out in the rafters of the TU or MVP. Damn, swear jar twice today. I said it earlier today, too.
I'll leave all that in, though, for the audience.
That's fine. I don't care. What do I care?
See you Saturday.
That's like, I'm trying to get fired at this point. It's a lot of work.
If you see,
I went somewhere today and a guy goes, "Hey, I got over COVID a couple days ago," and I'm like, can we make out like real quick? I need a couple days off. I'll do it. I'm not scared at this point.
If you see Levack between now and Saturday, just give him a big hug.
Don't
it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine.
Don't touch me. All right, don't do it. I'm not.
That's my
into that.
advice for the show.
I don't.
usually
I
do
got
that
advice for you. Don't touch me.